Do you know that you don't have to be depressed? You have the option to choose joy. Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Earley, and we're going to be talking today about the power of choosing joy in your life. This thought comes from Philippians chapter 4. The Apostle Paul wrote these words. He said, "Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice." Now, there's three things I want you to see in this verse. First of all, it's a command and not a feeling. He doesn't say, feel joyful, feel happy. He says, choose joy, rejoice in the Lord. It's a command. It's a strong command. That's a good thing. That means you have the power in Christ to choose joy in spite of your situation. The second thing about it is it's a lifestyle of choosing joy, not a one-time event. He says, rejoice in the Lord always, all the time, every day, no matter what you're experiencing. So you have been commanded to choose joy and to keep choosing joy every day so you can learn to live in joy. The third thing I want you to understand is, you say, well, how's that possible? You don't know my situation. You don't know how bad it is. The third thing you need to understand is this verse was written by a man in prison. The Apostle Paul was in prison, and not just any prison. He was in a Roman prison that was attached to Nero's palace. It was Nero's private prison for political prisoners. And this is a terrible place. He's there awaiting execution, and yet he says, I'm commanding you, choose joy all the time, every day, no matter what. If I can do it in prison, you can do it in your situation. Now, I know we face some terrible situations, and I understand some of you battle with depression, and it has to do with a chemical thing in your head, and you might need a little bit of medication for a little while to help you. But the bottom line is, we have the ability as Christians, most of us in our normal daily lives, to choose joy. And that's a wonderful thing. You know, the Bible gives us lots of reasons to choose joy. For example, it says in James chapter 1, James says, mark it down, choose joy, count it all joy when you experience a variety of trials and tribulations and pressures and problems. Count it all joy because you know this. God's going to use that to grow you in your faith and to make you spiritually mature. You know, if you never encountered problems, you'd never grow up spiritually. And James is saying, understand that and you can choose joy. Paul said in the midst of his terrible situations, he says to the Romans, he says, God works all things together for good. You can choose joy. You can't maybe see it today, but God is working, and if you stay faithful to Him, you can have joy in your bad situation because God will ultimately work it into good. Paul also said, you can have joy knowing this, that the problems you face are but light and momentary afflictions compared to the glory that's going to be revealed in you. Hey, life down here is short, it's filled with trouble, but it's not going to last forever. Eternity is long and wonderful and a place filled with joy. I want to encourage you. God in you, the strength of God in you, gives you the power to choose joy. Choose joy right now. This is Dave Earley, and if you enjoy this teaching video, follow us on our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel.